This is my start for 2024. My friend Brian just dropped me off here at the Biscuit Basin trailhead. I was actually back on the CDT the day before yesterday when I went to Old Faithful with the family. We hiked 2 miles of the red line out to this trailhead that I just got dropped at. So not technically my first day back, but it is my first day back because I have all my gear and we're headed north right now. Started out on that boardwalk and then pretty much right into a big climb. And I think I'm at the top, but at least it's flattened out for a little while. So I'm gonna take my first break here. I can feel it. I've been off the trail for a while, but I'm here. I'm here. Just took a little lunch break, had some trail mix and some string cheese. Found a little bit of shade. It's really sunny out. It's about getting close to 2 o'clock right now. And I saw a weekend hiker go by who's staying at Summit Lake tonight. I'm trying to get out of the park tonight. So this is interesting. It appears a large mammal has flipped over a log in search of food. So I'm gonna start making a little more noise as I walk along. We went to the grizzly sanctuary in Livingston where they rescue orphan grizzlies, and they had 3 living there, and got to see them up close, and that was enough. So, hey bear. It's a workout. I'm taking a lot of breaks today, but I'm only about a mile and a half from Summit Lake. I think it'll be no problem to make it to the park boundary tonight. Looks really flat after Summit Lake. I hadn't thought about it till just now, but it looks like I'm gonna knock my 3rd state off of the CDT. I'm gonna get into Idaho tonight. The line is just on the other side of Summit Lake. So New Mexico, Colorado, Wyoming, and now we're going into Idaho. Bam! I stopped about 5 o'clock and at the lake campsite, Summit Lake campsite, and chatted it up with a couple of other hikers. And I cooked my dinner, filled up all my water bottles, and because I don't have a permit there, and it's kind of early, it's not quite 6 o'clock, so I'm gonna get some more miles. Maybe we'll make it to Idaho and out of the park, but we'll see. The trail's just going along this lakeshore for now, but it'll be okay when it gets away from it, because the mosquitoes down here are kind of vicious. Had to arm myself, everybody. Oh gosh, I just saw a brown bear. I don't know if it was a grizz or not. Could have been a black bear because it was like the size of a black bear, but it could have been a young grizz too. It was brown, almost blondish on part of it, and it was here at the edge of the water. And I heard a splashing and I looked up and boom, he was just darting for the woods. But man, because of its size, that scared me. I thought it might have a mama nearby, but I think it was old enough that there's no protector. Oh Lord, that was exciting. So I've had some time to reflect on my bear encounter, and I really think that was a young grizz. So, and you know, in the future when I tell the story, it'll definitely be a young grizz. I mean, I just don't know how many black bears are colored brown like that. And not even a dark brown. It had a lot of light fur on its back. And it kind of had that hump that you see on grizz. I mean, I only saw it for a second, but it did. Where that blonde hair was kind of like a hump. But it was on all fours, moving away as fast as it could. But certainly got my attention. And I've been calling, "Hey bear," every few minutes, because these woods are kind of thick. I can't really see what's hanging out next to the trail. I think we're coming up to another lake area. Maybe not right at the lake, but we're gonna be close. Ooh, I'm about to rip my pants. Hold on. Oh. Okay. That was not graceful. But anyway, yeah. We're just gonna say that I saw a grizz just now on my first day back in Yellowstone on the trail. And I don't know, what does that say about the rest of the summer? To start off with that. It's pretty wild. All right, I'll let you know if I see anything else. There's a little geyser down there or something. I could smell the sulfur, and you see all the white deposits. I don't mean to like dwell on this at all, but I didn't really mention how close it was. When I heard the splash and looked up, that bear was less than 100 feet from me. Maybe 100, but very close. Too close. So let's talk more about this bear. I want to say it was the size of every black bear I've seen, pretty much, except for black bear cubs and stuff. What's an average black bear? You bear hunters, chime in here. I want to say 150 pounds. Is that right? Is that an average black bear? Or is that a big black bear? That's average, isn't it? So yeah, I'm gonna say 150 pounds. For what it's worth. This is a pretty big fire scar here. Still got a lot of snags. Got some regeneration coming in, but it's still really open. I just had to stop and put long pants on because of the mosquitoes. And last year I wore these same pants. I don't think I've adjusted the belt. I haven't worn them since then, since I was hiking, and didn't adjust the belt, and you could see how much weight I've gained back since the end of the last year's hike. At least 15 pounds. It might have been 20 if we're being totally honest. But it's all gonna come off again. Other than just working around the house and maybe a couple bike rides and some hikes last fall, day hikes, I really haven't done any working out or preparing for this trail this year. So I'm not saying that's the right way to approach it, but my work just kind of overwhelmed me. I was working long hours, and I didn't feel like going to the gym or going hiking, so I didn't. So don't let your physical shape be an excuse. Get out here and do what you can. I'm not going to be able to be at full speed for a while, but I'll get it back. That is a moose. He's far enough over there that I feel safe. He's got some big horns on him. Here, see if we can get a better view right up here. He booked it. It's about 6:30 in the morning. I made it past the Idaho border last night. I think I did about 15, 16, something. So I gotta pack up and get going. Got a good night's sleep though. It was nice. It's 7:15 on day 2. Trying to get about 18 today. 2 18s will put me at Tar Key Pass, and I can hitch down to West Yellowstone. Keep you updated. Last night when I got to camp, I was really tired. I pretty much went to bed before it got dark, and I woke up in the middle of the night, and I listened to some music and edited my video. Yesterday's section, I got it together. So I didn't get as much sleep as I would like, but it was pretty good sleep. Finally, some CDT trail markers on this part. After all these miles, this is the first time I've seen the CDT logo turned on its side to indicate a turn. It's basically an arrow, and I never even noticed that. That's crazy. So I walk up to this one, and the arrow shows you're on the right way. Genius! It's getting to be around lunchtime now. I saw one other hiker, a southbound female hiker, and we talked about trying to find some water. It's dry up here and it's hot. Just turned onto this road though. Some nice views. It's really dry up here with all the volcanic soils. This is my water source. It actually isn't that bad. The surface has got a lot of scum on it, but it's clear. And when you're thirsty, you don't complain when you find water. I made it 18 miles today, setting me up to get into West Yellowstone tomorrow. Here's my tent. And I've already eaten dinner. I'm getting ready to go in there and go to sleep. It is 7:30, just started hiking. I'd like to get my start time back to 6:30 like it was at the end of last year, but I need to catch up on some sleep before that happens. I was up in time, but I just went back to sleep. But not too bad today, like 4.2 to the turnoff for a road walk down to West Yellowstone. I'm opting for this route because hitchhiking is technically illegal in Montana, even though I'll probably have to do some this summer. So if I can find a way to walk into town without having a hitch, that's what I'm gonna do. It also cuts off maybe 2 miles. So instead of standing on top of the mountain looking for a ride, I'll be down in town looking for the post office and a meal. Ever since yesterday morning, I've been on a road walk anyway. This section is really well used. The only people I saw were 3 motorcycles came by yesterday. And so it's really not, I mean, I'm not taking the official CDT route into town, but if you're on the CDT, I believe this road goes all the way out to the pass. I'm not positive, but I don't know. CDT's a lot of roads. That's what it has. It wasn't as cool last night as it was the first night, but it was still nice sleeping weather. And it's kind of cloudy, overcast this morning. Sprinkled a little bit yesterday evening and this morning. So I don't have my sun hoodie on, which is nice to be in a t-shirt and shorts. Mosquitoes are not as bad, so I went for the shorts and the t-shirt. The road turned, changed aspects just a little bit, and all of a sudden all this witch hazel appeared in the understory. I mean, wow. Because there was nothing before, and look how lush this growth is. Wow. I just saw a black bear cross the road up there. He stopped in the middle, looked right at me. He's way up there. Looked right at me and then just slowly went on to the other side. Another hiker. Ow, mosquitoes. That's another reason I really think that was a young grizzly the other day, because black bears don't usually act, or they won't usually let you get that close if they're full-grown black bear. They will see you before you're 100 feet away. I mean, I know it was taking a bath and whatever it was doing in the water there, but the way it took off, it seemed like it was really inexperienced with people. And this last one that I just saw had obviously seen people before. It was like, okay, there's another person. So, yeah, it was fucking crazy. 2 bears, 3 days. I had to put on long pants. The mosquitoes were getting too bad. Long pants and the sun hoodie it is. It was nice while it lasted. kind of weird. Is it a road? Is it a trail? Am I gonna see other people? 9 miles of town. I think it's gonna turn into a bigger road and go along a creek. But this looks brand new. Interesting. In the interest of keeping it real, I did just stop and take off my shoes and change socks because I've got really deep, painful cracks forming on my left heel. And this paved trail is not helping. But I like to portray the good and the bad. So basically, we got about 8 miles more, maybe 7 miles more to go, where I won't say it's painful to take every step, but I feel that left heel every time it comes down. You just learn to shut it out and be a big boy. There's really nice interpretive signs along this trail too. I'm making really good time on the pavement, but I keep stopping to read every sign. I mean, it's all brand new, so how can you not? I've already learned quite a bit. Only about a mile to go to town. I'm really thanking the overcast conditions today. It sprinkled a little bit, but it was so sunny and hot yesterday. And I was thinking about what this walk would have been like under the sun with the heat coming off this pavement. Yikes. But I might show you a little bit of town, but we'll talk again when I get back to the woods.